What is up, everybody? Chris Hendrickson here with some really exciting news. As I mentioned in the last video, the 2018 Farm Bill is all ready to go, and the Senate has just voted to approve this version of the Farm Bill. As I mentioned, it does not contain the extremely dangerous King Amendment, so we're super excited about that. But let's just dive into this article from the Washington Post. The Senate just passed an $867 billion farm bill, and here's what's inside of it. So right here, this is from Jeff Stein. And it says the Senate on Tuesday voted overwhelmingly to approve an $867 billion farm bill as Congress appeared poised to pass legislation that will help an agriculture industry battered by President Trump's trade war. In a 87-13 vote, the Senate approved legislation that allocates billions of dollars in subsidies to American farmers, legalizes hemp, bolsters farmers markets, and rejects stricter limits on food stamps pushed by House Republicans. The legislation will now head to the House, where it will be expected to pass after lawmakers worked out a House-Senate compromise this month. President Trump expressed support for the legislation on Tuesday, and he expects it will be signed into law. So this is pretty exciting. And before the House can approve this, there are some things that you can do to help out and make sure that this version of the Farm Bill passes. I'm going to talk about the Humane Society Legislative Fund's Facebook post here in just a moment, but I just want to scroll down and show some of what's in the Farm Bill. What is the Washington Post highlighting about the Farm Bill? Well, number one, the full text of the Farm Bill was released on Monday night, which I showed you in the last video, and here's what's in, what's out. So cuts to food stamps are not in the bill. The most controversial element of the Farm Bill debate has been the differences between the House and the Senate approach to food stamps or the Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, SNAP. House Republicans' Farm Bill would have forced states to impose work requirements on those ages 49 to 59 who get food stamps. It would have also forced states to impose work requirements on parents with children ages 6 to 12, among other changes. One estimate found those proposals could mean that 1.1 million households would face cuts to benefits, although conservatives and Republicans contested those numbers. So the Senate version of the Farm Bill made none of these changes. The Farm Bill requires Democratic support to get the 60 votes it needs to pass the Senate. And those cuts are not in the final package, Roberts has confirmed. So I guess that's really good for people who are on these SNAP benefits, who were really worried about it. It's great that there aren't going to be further cuts to those in need, getting that government assistance. Scrolling down, Congress is not binding the White House on food stamps. Scrolling down, there are some expanded farm subsidies, no additional impact on the deficit, and then I'm just going to mention that the conservation program was preserved, and this Farm Bill legalizes hemp. So the Farm Bill also legalizes the production of hemp, a form of cannabis with lower THC than marijuana. Analysts told CNBC that hemp could grow into a $220 billion industry by 2022. And we're already seeing that. I live in California, and there are weed shops everywhere. It's a very growing industry. I know that states like Colorado, when they legalized cannabis for recreational use, saw a massive increase in taxation as related to the sales of that, which in Colorado actually benefited schools. So big win on that. And for those of you who enjoy cannabis, you'll be safe to grow hemp as a part of the Farm Bill. But getting on to the action that you can take to ensure that the King Amendment does not end up in this version of the Farm Bill. So I'm going to go over to the Humane Society Legislative Fund's post from 4 hours ago at the time of the recording of this video. It says, breaking news, Senate has approved the 2018 Farm Bill by a vote of 87-13. This means that we are one step closer to stopping the King Amendment and passing 3 critical pro-animal welfare bills into law. A truly historic moment for animals. We applaud the Senate for moving quickly to approve this solid package and urge the House to do the same. So if you've not already done so, please contact your U.S. representative. You can click this link here and send a follow-up message. So it's super easy to do. I'm just going to run through and show you how to do it. So they make it really easy. It's cookie cutter. Humane Society Legislative Fund, Humane Alert, going down, enact Farm Bill to protect animals. So you can take action. Please take a moment to call your representative. So all you have to do is just click on this link. You type in your information. You get the phone number. You call and say, hey, I encourage you to vote and pass this version of the Farm Bill that does not contain the King Amendment, or you can fill out a quick and easy form just right here. So one really cool thing about the Farm Bill is that it also includes the Pet and Women's Safety Act. So it's part of the Senate Farm Bill, initially brought forward by Senate Chairman and Ranking Member. PAWS will help domestic violence victims and their pets by extending current federal domestic violence protections to include pets, and authorize a small amount of grant money to help domestic violence shelters accommodate pets. So that's pretty exciting. Another one that's exciting is that the dog and cat meat trade prohibition amendment was included in both the House and the Senate version of this Farm Bill. And then last but not least is PACE. The Parity and Animal Cruelty Enforcement Act was added to the House Farm Bill by a floor vote of 359 to 51. So overwhelming support from the House on PACE. And it will amend the federal law against dog fighting and cockfighting to clarify that these prohibitions apply to everywhere in the United States, including the U.S. territories. So this is really exciting. I encourage you, please go to the Humane Society Legislative Fund, take this action if you want this version of the Farm Bill to pass. And just thank you so much for watching the video. If you want to see more stuff like this, be sure to like, share this video, tag your friends in the comments. Let me know what you think about this version of the Farm Bill. Is there something I missed that I should be aware of? I'd really appreciate any support on this. So thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a great night.